Hello everyone, Arnold is back in FUBAR Season 2 on Netflix. FUBAR Season 1 was a pleasant surprise. Was it the greatest thing ever made? No. But it felt like a spiritual successor to True Lies. I loved seeing Arnold play this character of Luke Brunner come back into the fold on a rescue mission and finding out that his daughter is a CIA operative now, and she had no idea her father was this legendary CIA agent. That first season was so action-packed, and the way they left things off with their identities being exposed and their family members being in danger was interesting as a cliffhanger. They had to be on the run, and for 2 years I was just wondering where it could have gone with them going place to place, being in danger. Luckily, this takes place not too long after Season 1. The CIA issued a safe house, and that's where a lot of the comedy takes place. They are confined into this safe house without going out. You get a lot of comedy with the sidekicks. Fortune Feimster, Travis Van Winkle, Millen Carter, they're pretty much their characters of Barry, Alden, and Rue. And sometimes the humor can be a little bit forced and cringeworthy, but then there's other moments where it actually lands in a pretty effective way. And I have to say, I like that they kind of toned down a little bit of the cringeworthy comedy after the first couple of episodes and gave them more action-oriented roles. It's great seeing Luke's ex-wife and him rekindle their romance. Also, you get some funny moments with Andy Buckley as Donnie, Jay Burchell as Carter, seeing how they had to get over their lost loves and they're forced to be in this situation, and they're kind of like the third wheel in these situations. It's very funny. There is an inciting incident with Dot. She has information to give to Luke, something that pertains to his past. She is shot in the crossfire, but they're aiming for Luke, and he has to figure out what does that have to do with him. There's a new threat, and what I love is that we have Carrie-Anne Moss as the ex-love interest slash villain, Greta, in this season. Someone from Luke's past before he met his wife, before he started a family. I love how it goes back to the Cold War. There's so much more spy elements in this show. Tom Arnold gets a wonderful cameo. There is a great moment where they finally utilize Arnold as far as him driving a tank in media. He actually knows how to drive tanks for real, so that was great to see. This was a fun season. Some of the supporting characters come back as well and have much larger roles, like Dr. Pepper. Yeah, the puppets. There's a pig that steals the show. If you see the show, you know what I mean. The cons with this, I love the inciting incident. It has a strong story to set up, but something about it feels very mundane and slow. The action isn't like the previous seasons or even Arnold movies. So if you're going to go in expecting Commando, True Lies, Total Recall, you're not going to get that. And you're not going to get something in the comedy vein of like Austin Powers either, or Last Action Hero with Arnold. FUBAR is its own unique thing, and I think if you go in expecting just kind of like silly characters, crazy situations, and just a lot of fun, you're going to have a great time with this. But if you're expecting something with a bit more depth or action-packed, I don't think you're going to really enjoy this, especially if you didn't enjoy Season 1. If you didn't enjoy Season 1, I don't know if you would really enjoy this. But as an Arnold fan, it's great to see him back. He's given a lot more to do emotionally in this. You know, he's getting up there. He's still capable of doing action, but really the supporting cast, they get more to do in the field. But I love the throwbacks to True Lies, Total Recall. There's so many references to his movies, you know. He'll get the point, or like, I'll be back. They poke fun at that as always. This is one where I felt like they should have shortened it to 6 episodes or maybe perhaps made it a movie, but it's great to see him back, as well as Monica Barbaro, Oscar-nominated Monica Barbaro. And in my personal opinion, she's a future Oscar winner. It's great seeing her back after being in a complete unknown in between the FUBARs and At Midnight. That's what makes the show as a father-daughter dynamic. I also like that on Fortune Feimster, they gave her a bit more brains outside of the jokes and action. You know, she was involved in like different shootouts. I love how they showed her mathematics skills, and that was something that was nice. So she isn't just like the comedic relief, you know, like you see why she's with them despite everybody kind of having their own quirks and stuff. And I like the dynamic here. And yeah, the stuff with Carrie-Anne Moss's Greta character and Luke, they remind me a bit of like Red 2 with like Bruce Willis and Catherine Zeta-Jones and their whole history. For every cringeworthy joke, there are some moments where I just laughed out loud this season. Some unexpected moments that just caught me completely off guard, and I genuinely laughed. But yeah, overall, was it the best? No. I think in some ways this is a step up from Season 1. In some ways it was a step down. I think if there is a possibility of a 3, I want there to be a lot more action and maybe just like quicker runtime. And then we also have Guy Burnett as Theodore Chips. He was a very interesting character. He has the hots for Emma. He's a villain that works with Greta, but he has like a crush on Emma. And there are times where he was charming, times where he was annoying, and there's some things in this show that are very predictable. You know, you can kind of guess it coming from a mile away, and it just takes a while to get there. And it was fun. It's always great to see these actors, and you can tell when the cast has a lot of fun making stuff. And if there is a FUBAR 3, I kind of hope they up the ante a little bit. I've seen worse on Netflix, so if I had to give this a score, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed so many moments. They had a strong setup, but for me, it just felt a little mundane and slow in parts. And the action, you could tell when it was like CG. Some of the jokes, like the first season, didn't land, but then other moments were strengthened and tightened, and it did work. Did you get to binge watch FUBAR Season 2? Let me know down in the comments below. You can check out my review of Season 1. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Till next time.